Hi, welcome back. In this next video I'm going to be showing you all the different things you need to be doing before you go and set up your Squidoo lens, because right now it's really important to lay the proper foundation before you go ahead and build your Squidoo lens. Now a proper foundation includes things like really knowing what your lens is going to be about. Secondly, you need to know, well, where are you going to get the content from? What is it you're going to put on your lens? Because at the end of the day it's the content that's going to be driving everything for you, and it's really ultimately what's going to be making money for you. So these are two things you've got to get right. Now there are actually three approaches you can take. The first approach is the approach that I recommend you take because it provides you with the most amount of benefit for the least amount of work, which is always good. Now the first approach is really to use what are called private label rights products. Now that basically they include content you can change and put your name on. Now the second option, or the second approach you've got, is to use other people's content within your lens. And the only downside to that is, of course, is that because it belongs to other people, it's got to have their name on it. So whilst it's going to give your lens content, which is going to make your lens look good and everything, it's not a long-term solution. It's something that you can use to quickly put something together. So for that reason I always recommend going with private label right products. Now I'm going to show you exactly where you can get these in just a moment, but I just want to touch on the third option. The third option is one I don't really recommend, but I'll tell you what it is because it's an option, and that is to write everything yourself from scratch. Of course it does mean a lot more work, and it's not something I recommend you do, but it is something you could do if you really wanted to. It's not the quickest solution. The quickest solution is to use option one, which is private label right products. And as I say, I'll show you where you can get these things in a moment. Now the other thing that you need to be thinking about is, what is your lens going to be about? What is the subject of your lens? It needs to be really two things. It needs to be something that's going to make you money, that other people are interested in, and, well, that's the second one. The third one is something that you're interested in as well, because of course you've got to be the one doing all the work, putting the whole thing together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of keyword research first of all, just to find out how many searches I've got on the subject that I'm going to be building the lens on for myself. And then I'm going to go away and I'm going to get a public label rights product which I've got access to, and I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to put it into this lens and show you how it's done. And through that I'm going to build a newsletter, I'm going to set up an autoresponder, I'm going to then set up a list hero subscription box and add all that into my lens as well. So I'll have the whole thing will be set up. I won't be doing it all in this video because it's going to take quite some time to do, rather to explain it all to you. So I'll break it down into nice bite-sized chunks that you can just watch and quickly absorb everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a keyword search on digital photography. That's going to be the subject that I'm going to be building my lens on. And I just want to see how many searches we're going to be getting every couple of months. Now what I recommend you do is I recommend you go to this website here, which is http://freekeywords.wordtracker.com. Okay, and this is a great free keyword suggestion tool, and it'll give you all the searches that have gone on within WordTracker, or that WordTracker has been able to find, and it'll give you kind of a rough idea as to how many people are searching for the keyword phrases associated with your niche subject. Okay, so let's type it in, and I'm going to go for digital photography. I already had it typed in before I did this, so let's just quickly go for that. Okay, and that's going to bring back a few of the searches for me and give me some ideas on possible keyword phrases, or these will eventually become tags within my lens which the search engines will use to help find me. So as you can see here, we've got a good long list. There's not a great deal of searches on it, but these are what are called long tail keyword phrases, so they're going to be highly targeted. So whilst the number's quite low, it should be more than that on Google and Yahoo and MSN, but what it does mean is people are searching for them, so these will then become my tags within my lens. Okay, so we've got a total of, look out for the next List Hero Empires video where you'll discover more great information about how to build your list. If you can't wait a minute more, head on over to listhero.com and get building your list right away.